And we're back. After editing that last video, I really wanted to go ahead and balance out my feelings towards the Academy. I wanted to go ahead and address the times where filmmaking and the Academy really did celebrate this craft in a way that actually felt right to them and to us, the casual movie-going audience. So here are times where a small, loud few, a large majority, even myself, thought that the Academy was onto a miss, maybe even had the risk of a miss, but they got it right. And look, I've said it on the last one, I'll say it again. My take is no worse or better than yours. This is all subjective. And so with all of that out of the way, let's get into 5 times when the Oscars got it right. Starting off, I want to talk about Pulp Fiction and Best Original Screenplay. Quentin Tarantino is a great filmmaker. He's known as a film fan almost to a fault, and he is known as an author. See, it's Quentin Tarantino's scripts that really separate him from other directors. Don't get me wrong, his direction is phenomenal. But you can read these scripts other than watch the movie. Start to finish, you can be as captivated and as entertained along the way. And that's why to some, he's actually acknowledged as a great author, even over a great director. Biggest example goes back to his second film, Pulp Fiction, which kind of broke apart and deconstructed really the 3-act structure to the wider movie-going audience. In almost any film class you're going to take, you're going to hear about the 3-act structure, where a movie needs a beginning, a middle, and an end. And Tarantino mostly breaks this every single movie, but Pulp Fiction was the one that kind of started it off and really is a great example of how to do it in a way that doesn't lose an audience. Its story is told not in a linear line, but kind of chopped up and back and forth, and at the same time, that sounds like it shouldn't work, that sounds like it should be messy. But you are still following the entire time. He didn't lose his audience. Even when it came out, people were acknowledging, hey, this felt different. The dialogue of Tarantino's characters always feel natural, but at the same time, incredibly engaging, incredibly entertaining, and they're just larger than us. They're larger than the real world. And that tied with this way that it broke apart and told its story, yeah, it was a clear winner for original screenplay. It's right up there with Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park, right up there with Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction is a film for filmmakers. It is a cinema classic, and that is why it obviously sits pretty happily with Best Original Screenplay. Yeah, that aged great. Number 2, No Country for Old Men and Best Supporting Actor. 2007, Javier Bardem gave us 1, an incredible performance, but 2, one of the most terrifying characters in all of film, Anton Chigurh. If you haven't seen this movie before, 1, you're in for a treat, but 2, Javier Bardem's delivery and performance for Anton Chigurh as a villain is so intimidating, it's so threatening, it is so terrifying. The tension that this character brings anytime he's on screen is so enthralling. Like, I love this character, and there's a reason why this character is as celebrated now as he is, and that is completely because of Javier Bardem's performance here. He's actually one of the only Spanish actors to really even be recognized for gold in any of the major acting categories. He's not even in a large company because I think there's only 3 others, with Penelope Cruz, Ana de Armas, and Antonio Banderas filling out those roles. He won for No Country for Old Men's Anton Chigurh, and it is well deserved. The movie is regarded as one of the best movies of the 2000s for a good reason. Number 3, The Whale for Best Actor. The comeback story that made me cry, genuinely, in 2023, earlier this year's Academy Awards, shook me to my core when Brendan Fraser stood up and presented his speech for Best Actor, knowing the amount of pressure that this industry put on him a decade ago, over a decade ago, for so long to force him to be Hollywood's next big blockbuster movie star, and then go on to completely abuse and disregard him, just toss him aside. Now we get to the point where he's winning their most prestigious acting award. This story is one that you only see in the movies, and we got to experience it in real life. And this past race for Best Actor was a lot closer than people want to admit. I understand that the voice is annoying in all these interviews, but Austin Butler's performance for Elvis in Elvis was impressive. And there was a lot of predictions leading into this from those who actually work in the filmmaking industry that thought he might walk away with that award over Brendan Fraser. So to actually watch and see Brendan Fraser win, who I believe was the stronger actor last year, it was just so rewarding when you can see so many other actors and filmmakers coming out to vocally support Brendan Fraser's comeback story and onto the big screen. Yeah, no, not only did he deserve it, because his performance did deserve gold, but that Oscar he received was not just the recognition for his work and his effort. It was also an overdue apology from an industry that owed it to him for so many years. That win was incredibly important. And to have witnessed that and to be able to go back and see that speech that he delivers and feel just how gratifying it is for him to get that win, incredible. Man, I actually feel like I might start crying. Stumbling over my words. Let me reassess. I'd like to thank the Academy for not messing this up. Thank you so much for not messing this up. Number 4, Inglourious Basterds for Best Supporting Actor. This performance in particular, my God. Okay, a lot of people have already made videos about this performance, so I'm not gonna harp on it too much here. Quentin Tarantino at one point thought that this role was unplayable until Christoph Waltz, and what they decided to do with that knowledge is fantastic. I actually made a video already about this performance. Go ahead and link it up top, just about Inglourious Basterds as a whole. Please check out the other video when you're done with this one. What I will say is that Quentin Tarantino has worked with Christoph Waltz 2 times, and both times has led to Christoph Waltz walking out with supporting actor gold from the Oscars. That means this guy is 2 for 2 at the Academy Awards. That is fantastic. It is amazing, all right? It is a damn good performance. It is a damn good character. And if you just watch this guy conduct himself in interviews, he is a class act, and I am just so happy that the Academy was able to gift him for this one in particular, because he absolutely deserved it. Check out my other video when you're done with this one. I'd really appreciate it. And finally, The Revenant for Best Actor. Leonardo DiCaprio finally getting that Oscar win. All right, this guy was known in the filmmaking atmosphere as a certain moniker, a certain line that was delivered anytime his name got brought up with the Academy Awards, and it was Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the world's best actors to always be second best that year. It just kept happening where even though Leonardo DiCaprio was 1, a movie star, he was a household name, but 2, an Academy level talent, every single time there was always just a performance that was just this much better. And because of that, he went so long not getting Academy Gold till The Revenant. And keep in mind, this one hit me a little personally because I actually walked in kinda hoping that it would go to Michael Fassbender for Steve Jobs. Granted, I might be in the minority of that. You might agree, you might absolutely disagree. Looking back at it now, and honestly, even at the time when he won, I had to concede. He did it. He finally landed in the right year, the right time, the right movie, and the right performance. Leo got his Oscar win for The Revenant, and yeah, well deserved, regardless of what I was going for. I even honestly could have seen it going to Eddie Redmayne for The Danish Girl. And I know there was a couple people who kinda was hoping for that too, but even in what I read at the time going into the Academy Awards that year, even The Danish Girl was considered a dark horse win because Leo was lined up for the award. So yeah, I'll address it one more time for emphasis. I wanted Michael Fassbender for Steve Jobs. I could have seen it going to Eddie Redmayne for The Danish Girl, but I have to concede Leonardo DiCaprio's Best Actor performance from The Revenant was absolutely well deserved. The Academy was right. I was wrong. And look, that's all I got for this one. So if you can, please leave a comment down below with more of what you thought was an actual Oscar win. Go ahead and check out Oscar misses because I know that's very fun to engage in. But truthfully, what are some times where the Academy just got it right? And we're happy to see it. All right, so thank you so much for your time. Leave a like, subscribe please, because I do have more coming down the pipeline. I'd love for you to be a part of it. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next one.